What's up, everybody? This is your girl, Megan. Welcome back to the Hood Astro Queen, to all of my returning subscribers. However, if this is your first time joining me on today, be sure to hit that subscribe button because you know you want to. And today, I'm coming to y'all with another celebrity mashup. So basically, I'm going to be taking a look into some of the birth charts of celebrities that have been at the top of the blogs lately. And we're going to start off with Miss Lisa Raye, who is an actress from the 90s. That sounds like shade, but it's not shade because she's had other roles. I don't care for her as an actress, but she really did the damn thing in Players Club. Like, fire movie, by the way. Go check that out, okay? She was bad as hell. She's still an attractive woman, but, you know, that was just my favorite role of hers. However, she's been in the headlines after her most recent, or the most recent episode of, I think it's Censored. It's like a documentary for former actresses, I guess. And in this particular documentary, she detailed the downfall of her marriage to a man named Michael. I forget his last name, but basically he was like a president or a prime minister of an island or another country or something of that effect. And as she described, she introduced her then co-star, Dwayne Martin. He's another really big actor in Hollywood, and he's also, or he was, married to the famous Tisha Campbell, aka Gina, from Martin. He's married to her. So basically, she was working on a show with him, and she introduced him to her then husband. And as she put it, that was the downfall, or that started the downfall of her marriage, because Dwayne Martin and her husband absolutely hit it off. And then the next thing you know, like, the husband, or Dwayne Martin, was encouraging her husband to make, I guess, bad decisions, and he strayed outside of the marriage. And of course, the situation with Nicole Murphy came up a few months ago when Lisa Raye spoke out and said that Nicole Murphy had also slept with her husband as well. So it sounds like her husband was a Tatiana, and he had his way with a lot of women, which is not uncommon for a lot of men in Hollywood. But then also him being some type of royal status, you know, like, come on, even politicians, they do it too. So there's that. However, I did want to take a look at their birth charts. Now, me personally, I've heard the running rumor in Hollywood that Dwayne Martin is a closet queen, that he's gay, or that he's he's a little sweet. And I don't think it's a coincidence that Lisa Raye's husband hit it off with him. And, so that's what prompted me to pull up his chart, because I'm like, that sounds a little funny. And sure as shit stank, the man is, we're going to get there. Okay, we're going to get there. However, I wanted to take a look at Lisa's chart to figure out, like, what's going on, and to see if I can find any correlating indicators of her current situation. So, Lisa Raye was born on September 23rd, 1967 in Chicago, Illinois, making her a Virgo sun, Taurus moon. Now, her sun is at the 29th degree of Virgo, and that 29 in and of itself can deal with her being cheated on a lot, because that number 29 is the anaretic degree, and it produces third-party interferences. And with the sun dealing with the woman's husband, that definitely is her being cheated on by her husband, like, bar none, hands down. It could also deal with there being issues with the opposite sex, the anaretic degree, but then also issues with self-esteem even. And, in Virgo, this could even produce having, like, a husband who either benefits you in some way or who you're trying to help, if that makes sense. And with her sun opposing her Chiron at the 27th degree of Pisces, I feel like there was a cover up there, and it could have been on her end or his end. Like, I would not be surprised if either he used her as a cover up for, his own personal reasons, or if she used him to cover up, or if she came into the situation trying to help him. You see what I'm saying? So, I mean, that's kind of fishy too. But then also that opposition can point towards him being a con artist. And if I'm not mistaken, he actually was investigated for, like, embezzlement of funds and like a whole bunch of corruption and shit. So that's definitely consistent with that. But that can also reinforce him being just like this super fucking super cheater, super liar, just a completely deceitful ass, shameless husband. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, there's that. But Lisa's Venus is at the 27th degree of Leo, which can deal with her. That points towards her attracting royalty and marrying into an empire. Like I said, he's like a president or a king or whatever. That's definitely Venus and Leo all day. And her Venus is conjoined to her Jupiter. So, you know, that marriage being very luxurious, lavish, or her attracting men who have lots of money, who spoil her, who treat her like royalty. Venus and Leo, and especially Venus conjoined to Jupiter and Leo, is royalty all day long. So I'm pretty sure at least if for a while she benefited in the monetary department in that marriage. But this could also deal with her, Venus in Leo could also deal with having a husband who is the type to play the field, right? They can be like a ladies' man, if you will. But this also deals with Lisa being extremely naive. This place, especially conjoined to Jupiter, can produce somebody who is so gullible and naive, which makes perfect sense. Because even just as I'm thinking to myself, how do you not know that Dwayne Martin is gay? And that Dwayne Martin hanging out with your husband? What is it like for him to be so close to your husband? What does that say? And so already, you know, you could tell she's approaching the situation with a very like naive mind. She's very, very naive when it comes to men. Very naive when it comes to men. So that, I mean, really that says a lot. It says a lot. So I mean, there's that. Her her south node is at the 29th degree of Libra. That right there also reinforces her experiencing lots of cheating in relationships, her having issues with men. I mean, damn, like she really just, it was dealt a bad hand when it comes to relationships, like period. She's always going to have issues with men, you know. Even with that Libra south node, you can look at that Libra as the opposite sex. So it's like her always having issues with the opposite sex. Like, sis just has it bad. But once again, I'm feeling like she's gullible as fuck. And that's how that shit was even able to pop off the way it did in the first place. Her Venus is squaring her Neptune, which is at the 22nd degree of Scorpio, which deals with a person having a partner who keeps a lot of secrets from them. Okay. And I mean, this could be, I mean, they probably sexual in nature with Neptune at the 22nd degree of Scorpio, but this could deal or reinforce the whole theme of him being a serial cheater. But it could also deal with there being secrets in regards to his sexuality as well. So, I mean, don't forget that. Her sun is conjoined to her Uranus. That can deal with having a husband who's a little in a sexual department. I mean, it's just so many signs. Like, you just looking at her chart, this is before you even get into his chart. It's just like kind of alarming. But I'm like, Lisa, like, what the fuck is your issue? What is your tea, ma'am? Her Mars is at the 8th degree of Sagittarius. That can deal with the person, or in a woman's chart, deal with a woman who attracts men who aren't ready to settle down fully. So it's like, I mean, baby love, what is going on with you? Now, getting to Michael's chart. Michael, his birthday is February 2nd, 1966. He was born in Turcos, KO, whatever the fuck. Y'all correct me in the comment section. I kind of don't care. Now, this makes him an Aquarius sun, Gemini moon. Like, the man he's flexible. He's flexible. I'm not saying that he does not like women. He might like women, but I guarantee you he likes more than women. I put everything on that. Aquarius is the sign of homosexuality. Gemini is like literally the sign of bisexuality, and it can indicate somebody who is rather sexually fluid. You know what I mean? His Mercury is at the 10th degree of Aquarius. His Venus is at the 1st degree of Aquarius. His Mars is at the 2nd degree of Pisces. Him having his Mars in Pisces could even deal with him liking trans women. His, he's a Gemini North Node. Listen, Linda. His Black Moon Lilith is at the 23rd degree of Aquarius, y'all. He has an Aquarius stellium. And I'm not saying that every man with an Aquarius stellium is just by default gay or bisexual. I'm saying this is true for this nigga, okay? And his Saturn is in Pisces, which reinforces him being a grade A liar, a grade A thief, listen. Oh my God. And his Black Moon Lilith is squaring his Neptune, which is at the 22nd degree of Capricorn or 22nd degree of Scorpio as well. So it can even deal with him having sexual preferences that he keeps away from the public. Okay? Come on. Before I even go any deeper, like, what's the tea? Like, what did you expect? Golly, his Chiron is in Pisces too. And I mean, he has a lot of aspects that shows he's like a fraud. His Gemini moon is squaring his Chiron in Pisces. So yeah, he was definitely doing that embezzlement shit. He's definitely very crafty, grade A liar. So there's that. But I feel like he has a lot of secrets that he keeps all around. His Jupiter is in the 21st degree of Gemini and is squaring his Chiron. He could even be living a double life. Like a whole double life on that ass. Like, I just don't understand how this was not obvious. This man is gay or bisexual at the very, very least. Okay? So, I mean, look, I'm not even finna spend all day on this shit. It just is what it is. And we're going to move right the fuck along. So next up we have Miss Sanaa Lathan. And she is another actress best known for her role in Love and Basketball, but she's been in a bunch of other movies. And so she was in the headlines because she vocalized that she feels like Black women are really pressured to get married, have children, that sort of thing, which I can agree with. And she was just basically speaking out on that because to my knowledge, she is single. She never married. She never had children. And she's just saying that, like, we should be able to feel comfortable with finding our own identity outside of these things, these traditional measures or measurement of success for women. You know what I mean? And so I just wanted to pull up her birth chart to take a look at certain indicators that would make her feel this way. Okay. So, Sanaa Lathan was born September 19, 1971 in New York. And she is actually, she has a Virgo stellium. But the first thing that I saw that really was like very telling, she's actually a Leo South Node, okay, with her North Node at the 12th degree of Aquarius. And a lot of Leo South Nodes either have like very karmic relationships with men and children to the point where it can play out like they could either really want these things or just have difficulty obtaining them. So like, for example, a woman who really wants kids, but she's having fertility issues. A woman who really wants to be married, but she can't keep a man. Or this can produce a woman who doesn't want these things at all. Or as she progresses throughout life, right, she realizes these things aren't really what she wants. Therefore, playing up that Aquarius North Node. So in this lifetime, technically being an Aquarius North Node, Sanaa Lathan is very much well within her rights to kind of deviate from that traditional expectation of, children, husband, family, because Aquarius is all about doing things in a rather original, unique, unorthodox way. It's marching to the tune of your own drum. It's, deviating from the status quo. It's even rebellion. You know what I'm saying? So I can definitely see a lot of that mindset, I guess you can say, from her coming from that Aquarius North Node. in her Leo South Node. But then also her Mars is conjoined to her North Node in Aquarius. Yeah, so she could be very big on like fighting for her own individuality. And like I said, that she has a strong sense of rebellion in that respect. So I could see that. I can see that. Her Venus is at the first degree of Libra too. That could also make her somebody who is very much, because Libra is one of the signs, in addition to Aquarius in a sense, but it's also one of the signs of like the activist, so to speak, right? Or even feminism. You can look at Libra as the sign of feminism. So her Venus and her Uranus are in Libra, and that could absolutely make her someone who is very vocal about the plight of women, very vocal about even just like justice, maintaining a level of justice. And this is reinforced with her Venus forming a sextile to her Jupiter in Sagittarius. It's all about fairness, it's all about equality, and she can definitely carry that mentality that women can do what we want to do. You know, she might even take the sentiment of like, oh, women can do the same thing men can do. And da, 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 da. So she could be very much pro woman. I wouldn't be surprised if she was like pro LGBT, you know, all about the rights and the fair treatment of other groups of people. So, you know, let me see what else. Is there anything else that could point towards that in her charts? Yeah, her Venus is forming a sextile to her Neptune and Sagittarius as well. But that can also just deal with her being an actress too. And yeah, I mean, that's it for the most part. I just wanted to make those 2 points. So, yeah, you know. Oh, her sun is conjoined to her Venus too. Her Venus and Libra. So yeah, she could be very much about that activism lifestyle. So yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up here, y'all, because I got to go. So y'all drop down in the comment section. Let me know what you thought of this little mashup. And I hope you guys enjoy your Monday. Practice unconditional self-love so that you can love others. And until the next video, I'll holla.